We are going to implement library database, which is exercise 1 as per the syllabus. Hello learners, let's start with the insertion of values into library database. As a first step, let's insert values into our very first table, that is publisher table. So I have inserted here, you can note here, I have inserted 5 values, and the 5 rows that I'm inserting is first row Pearson, and the next one is the phone number of the publisher, and then third one is the address of the publisher. First value, see, it should be in the order. Since the first attribute I had taken as publisher name while creating the table, second attribute was the phone number, and the third attribute was the address. So these were the 3 attributes that I had taken in order, or 3 attributes that I had defined in order while creating the table publisher. So in the same order, please enter the values there. So the first value that you are entering should be the publisher name, and the second value must be the phone number, and the third value must be the address. So here 5 rows minimum you must enter into each table. 5 different rows, 5 different values you must enter into the table. And make a note there, the publisher name, since it is primary key, you should enter different values for publisher name. You must enter different values only. So for publisher names, it cannot be repeating. So all publisher names must be different here. So you can see here all the phone numbers and the address also is given. Okay, and remember the values that you are specifying here, it can be in uppercase or in lowercase. Okay, so not a problem, you can enter the values in any case. Okay, right. And the next you can see here, the moment you finish entering the values, you can just see the entire structure of the table along with the values that you had entered using the command select. So select command, where followed by star indicates here select all the attributes, all the columns of the table. So which are the columns of this table publisher? I have 3 columns for this table. The first column is publisher name, second column is phone number, and the third column is address. So all the columns you are asking to extract, you are trying to retrieve here. So select star indicates that from which table you want to extract all the values. It is from publisher table. So publisher is the table name. So here name is the first field, second column is phone, third column is address. So all the 5 rows are selected, and you can see all the 5 values that you had just entered. And you can see here the order of entering was first Pearson, then Boscos, then Canara. But how is it showing you the structure while retrieving? It is in the chronological order, right? So here you can see Boscos is first, then comes Canara, then E. So it is in alphabetical order, the rows are arranged. We'll see the next table, that is book table. So again here I have inserted 5 rows into the table book, and here again book ID is primary key. So book ID, so you can note here book table I had created by taking first attribute as publisher name, the second attribute as book ID, third attribute was the book title, and the fourth attribute was the publisher year. So these 4 attributes were in order while creating the table book. So the values also that you're entering should be in the same order. So here all publisher names you take, and remember one more thing over here. Publisher name here is a foreign key which is going to reference your publisher table. So since publisher table just now I filled with the entries, filled with the values there, so the same values what you had entered into publisher table, I am going to take the same values over here also in the book table. So since the publisher name is going to refer my publisher table, or the publisher name here I'm going to extract, or I'm going to derive it from the publisher table. So the same values you must mention here also. Okay, you can see here Boscos, since I had already entered there, Boscos I am using here. So that means what? Boscos has written the textbook called mathematics, title is mathematics, whose book ID is 111, and this is the publication year. Next, Pearson, I have already entered there in book, which table? Publisher table. So the same Pearson I am using here. Book ID must be 110, that is must be different. So why all these book IDs you can see different values there, 111, 110, 112, 113 and 114 refers to book ID. That means what? This book ID is a primary key, and all since the nature of the primary key is unique, all these book IDs must be taking different values only. So you can see the publisher names are all the same publisher names that I just entered into publisher table, and these are the values of book table. Next we have our author table, and you can note here my author table contains the different only one particular value here. So only one particular attribute here inside the author table. So here you can enter all the author names here. So what are the author names I have given? 5 different author names I have given. Why? Because author name is primary key, so different values only you can give. We have the next table, that is book authors table. So in book authors table I have again you can take here 2 attributes. So in the book authors table I have only one book ID attribute, and the other one is author name attribute. So remember here again, book ID and your author name, this is book ID, this is the author name, in order it is first author name then book ID. So both of them has been derived from which table? One, this author name has been derived from author table, this book ID has been derived from the book table. So whatever the values you had entered in book table, the same values you are supposed to use over here also to enter into book authors table. So you cannot use new values, the same values must be reused here, okay, right? Because this book name, author name and the book ID both are foreign keys which are referencing to the primary keys. Which are the primary keys, which are the base table for this? Book table and library table, book table and book ID table, book table, and you have the author table, which are the main tables here, or the base tables for this table, book authors. So you can see Navate, SS Bosco, Narendra Kamath, Balaguru Swami Kamath. So these are the different values which we had already entered into author table. There is author name, and then 110, 111, 112, 113 and 114 are the book IDs which had already entered into book table. So you can see here, and here both of them are the combination of them is primary key, so this combination should not be repeated. Navate 110, again Navate 110 you cannot enter as a second row. So remember, all these different entries should be unique in nature, okay. We have the next table, that is library branch table. Again we are going to enter here 5 rows, and you can see here the order of the attribute. First is program ID or branch ID, next is the program name, and then third one is address. So here the library branch ID or the program ID is unique in nature, primary key. So different values you must be giving for program ID, that is 220, 221, 222, 223, 224 should be the different values, and these values you can give anything. Remember, the values then you're inserting, it should be within the quotes, but with the characters when you're entering, it should be within the quotes, whereas integers when you're entering, it need not be inside the quotes. You can see the book copies table. The next table is book copies table. You can see here the different values that we are entering are: the first one, book ID, the next one is our program ID, and the next one is the number of copies. So it is something like how many copies of the different books are available in a particular library. So that is that is recorded within this table, book copies, okay. So here we have this table which tells you about the different books maintained in different libraries and the total number of copies of each book maintained in each library, okay. So here book ID again we are deriving from book table, this program ID we are deriving from library table. So these two are foreign keys there. So the same values that you are given in book table you use for book ID here, the same values what you are given for program ID in the library table you use over here, okay. So once this is done, we have now the next table called card table. So you can see here all the card values that I'm entering are unique in nature. So we have card numbers entered, 5 card numbers entered. We have the next table, book lending table, and we have inserted here the different values. The first one is the book ID, and the next one is our I hope it is book yeah, it is, we'll see what is that in the next thing. Okay, and then we have our due date, that is issue date, and then the return date. So we have our book ID and then the library ID. Okay, and then we have the card number here. Okay, so you can see the entire structure in the next slide. Okay, so the first one is book ID, second one is program ID, and the third one is our card number, then the issue date, and then the due date. Okay, so you can give in the same order. Yes, so you can see here the book ID structure of this entire table, book lending. So all the values that has been inserted, book ID, branch ID is program ID, which is derived from the library table. Book ID has been derived from the book table. Card number has been derived from card table. This is the issue date and this is the due date. And you can note here all these three attributes are foreign keys. Card number, branch ID and book ID are foreign keys which are referencing to our those three base tables. Okay, and see here all these individual book ID values can be repeating. Individual branch ID values also can be repeating. You can see here repeated values. Individual card numbers also can be repeated. You can see here. But here when you take it as a particular row, 110, 221, 10 combination can never repeat. Can you see anywhere the combination of 110, 221, 10 again repeating here in any of the rows? You cannot find. So you can see the second row, 110, 221 followed by 20. So the first row and second row is totally different, right? So third row you see 110, 222 and 10. So which is different from again the first row, right? So here 222 and 221, the two branch ID, program ID are different, right? So that is why the combination cannot be repeating. So you call this as book ID, branch ID and card number combination as primary key in this particular table.